The Mecca was built. Mecca is the historical and geographical epicenter of Islam. Mecca is the center of the Islamic world and the birthplace of both the Prophet Muhammad and the religion he founded. Located in the Sirat Mountains of central Saudi Arabia. Ancient Mecca was an oasis on the old caravan trade route that linked the Mediterranean world with Saudi Arabia. Gulf War. The Gulf War started in 2 of August in 1990 and ended in 28 of February in 1991. It was waged by coalition forces from 34 nations led by the USA and Saudi Arabia against Iraq in response to Iraq's invasion and annexation of Kuwait. Kuwait's invasion by Iraqi troops that began 2 of August in 1990 was met with international condemnation and brought immediate economic sanctions against Iraq by members of the UN. The birth of Islam. Around the year 610, Muhammad, a native of the streaming commercial center of Mecca, received a message from God through the angel Gabriel. As more revelations led him to proclaim the oneness of God universally, the Prophet Muhammad's following grew. In 622, learning of an assassination plot against him, the Prophet led his followers to the town of Yathrib, which was later named Madinat al-Nabi and now known simply as Medina. This was the Hijra or migration, which marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar. Saudi Arabia has an oil-based economy with strong government control over major economic activities. Saudi Arabia possesses 18% of the world's proven petroleum reserves, ranks as the largest exporter of petroleum, and plays leading role in OPEC, although its influence has waned in recent years. Most workers, particularly in the private sector, are foreigners. Saudi Arabia's main export partners are United States that buys 14.3 of the petroleum, China that buys 13.7 of the petroleum, Japan that buys 13.7 also, South Korea that buys 9.9 of the petroleum, India that buys 8.2 of the petroleum, and Germany that buys 4.3 of the petroleum. But there are others, but these are the main export partners. Saudi Arabia's money is called Saudi Riyal. A Saudi Riyal it is equal to 3.62 Mexican pesos. Actually, Saudi Arabia was named the most rich country in the world because of its economy. That talks good about my country. Saudi Arabian state policy is focused on cooperation with the oil exporting Gulf states. The unity of the Arab world, Islamic strength and solidarity, and support for the United Nations. In practice, the main concerns in recent years have been relations with the UN, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Iraq, the perceived threat from the Islamic Republic of Iran, the effect of oil pricing, and using its oil wealth to increase the influence of Islam and especially the conservative school of Islam supported by the country's rulers.